So I've been running this power supply for nearly 5 years now. I never really gave it its own review, but power supplies aren't that complex. So I figured I'd do like a quick review mixed with an introduction video for power supplies for people who are just getting into PC building. So the first thing you need to know about a power supply is the wattage. I have an 800 watt power supply. That's because when I was first building my computer, I was going like hardcore AMD, which like sucks power and is making like a ton of heat. But you know, things have changed since then. I definitely do not use 800 watts power. But the point of choosing a wattage with your power supply is to make sure you choose a higher wattage than your computer actually uses. And you have to kind of estimate, it might use a little bit more power if it's, you know, overclocking or whatever. But if you go to a website like pcpartpicker.com and then just enter the different parts of your computer, it'll usually tell you the average wattage it will be using. And of course, optical drives use power, hard drives, fans, all this stuff uses power. So once you add more and more stuff, you will need more and more power. But you know, small things like fans, it's not like you use a ton of power. GPUs, CPUs, those things are the things that use the most power. So just make sure your power supply has a higher wattage than the wattage your system needs. After that, there's like a rating. Mine is 80 plus gold. It's just an efficiency type thingy. They have bronze, silver, gold, and then they went above like titanium and platinum, I think they might have now. It's just the higher the rank, the more efficient the power supply will be, but also they'll be more expensive. Next thing on the power supply is the rating. My power supply has an 80 plus gold rating, and this is just like an efficiency rating to make sure your power supply is using the power efficiently, especially when it's under load. And so there's bronze, silver, gold, and I know that they made platinum, but I'm not 100% sure if they made titanium. Because, you know, multiplayer ranking systems have similar stuff, and then they go with diamond and all that junk. I'm pretty sure power supplies are only bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. I know those for a fact, those four. And then it's usually 80 plus, which means it'll be over 80% efficient at like 20% load, and then as it increases, then it'll stay the same efficiency rating basically, if not better. And the final thing you need to know about power supplies is modularity. So this particular power supply is semi-modular. That means some cables are automatically attached, you can't take them off, and then other cables you can attach or detach, and it depends on what your system needs. There are non-modular power supplies, which means all the cables are attached, and there are fully modular power supplies, which means there are no cables attached. But these semi-modular, at least this particular semi-modular power supply, these cables that are attached are used 100% of the time for like gaming computers and video editing computers and stuff, because these ones are for the motherboard, and these are usually for the graphics card, which is a 8-pin right here and then a 6-pin right here. Although some graphics cards, some GPUs might just use a 8-pin, might use both the 8-pin and 6-pin. I've seen some use 2 8-pins, so it really depends on your graphics card. But generally, these will be used, so having the semi-modular power supply isn't that big of a deal. My CoolerMaster 800 watt Silent Pro Gold actually came with this little package with all these different power cables that I can plug into this semi-modular part. It even marks it PCIe, HDD, SATA, and floppy. Who still uses floppy? But yeah, so I have a ton of cables. I love this. It is very, very silent. I've never heard any of it in like the 5 years that I've been using it. And it's crazy because, you know, I hear a bunch of people who like cheap down on power supplies, and they're like, man, there's this coil whine, and it's just non-stop, and that would drive me insane because I have my computer on like 24/7 more or less. So the 800 watt Silent Pro Gold from CoolerMaster is definitely quiet, super efficient. I recommend it. But you know, there's a lot of different power supplies out there with different features, different modularities, so you know, I'm sure you can choose a different power supply and be just fine. But that's it for this video. I hope you appreciated it. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. And I will leave a link in the description to this particular power supply listing on Amazon. If you use my link, I will get a small cut, but it won't cost you guys anything extra. It'll just help keep my YouTube channel and my websites running. I don't know, subscribe for more tech reviews. I'm going to be reviewing other parts of my PC, and sometimes I just like to do tech vlogs, just gameplay commentary, just different stuff. Guess that's it. See you guys later.